Howdy YouTube, I'm back again today for another Kickstarter critique, where I take a look at a different Kickstarter tabletop game project every weekday at 1:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time and get my honest thoughts on how that project is being ran. And today I'm very excited to be checking out the 26th most popular project in all of games, that is CookieRun Kingdom, the board game. 200 million downloads, casual RPG game, CookieRun Kingdom. It's freshly baked as a delectable board, ... And I'll be honest with you, I was very excited because I was going to cover Necro Molds today, which is one of my son's favorite games. I think it's a really unique and interesting game that's already raised $400,000. But I was a corporate shill, and I said, oh, I'm sure this CookieRun with 200 million downloads is absolutely going to just crush it and be absurd. So I made this mine. But it's only at $35,000, so it's not blasting off as I might potentially have expected to do, considering it's 200 million downloads. You know, that's a very impressive number. Now, granted, making the transition from what is most likely a pretty simple mobile app to a board game is a tricky one, because you have to realize your market is obviously going to be people who enjoy the board game, or the video game, but also at the same time you have to convince board gamers that you're going to do an admirable job of turning this into a board game. Hey, Riz and Danny, and thanks for all the comments on the shorts. Much appreciated. That helps me out in just so many ways. But it has already raised $35,000. It's 3,590% funded, which is absolute bonkers, and that's just because they put a fake funding goal of $1,000. So pretty much that tells me one thing immediately. This is a pre-order. You're just buying this, and I imagine this is probably going to come out relatively soon. Just a shot in the dark here from Seoul, South Korea. I'm excited to see this. Now, looking at the main image, let's go back to that. The main image doesn't really inspire me that much. Oh, bananas. So first thing, I'd love to know the player count. I'd love to know the time length. I'd love to know the age. I'd love to know the mechanisms. I'd love to know the designer. All I'm seeing here is, oh, look, it's nice components in a box. And that's just because I'm zoomed in. Hopefully the video will wow me here. Let's get on this. As always, when you go in the video, I'm thinking three things. Do I want it? Can you do it? And how much is it?
Wait, where am I?
So I feel like we're definitely going to be spotlighting the components. They did that in the main image, and the components look awesome. These screen-printed wooden meeples, these are drop-dead gorgeous, and they really make a game pop. And these ones look fantastic.
Strawberry cookie?
Okay, so this actually looks like real components, not 3D rendered ones. This is an interesting video here so far. I'm excited to see what they do with this.
Wizard cookie?
Hi, Ginger Brave.
Dootida! It's your kingdom now!
Okay, so I'm going to guess that all of this, if you are a fan of the original CookieRun Kingdom, the game is just like, oh my gosh, it's this person and that person and the other person. So they're doing the fan service there. Nice.
So cool! Wait.
And it looks impressive. It looks like there's a good deal going on from right here. Honestly, as a board gamer, I'm now much more intrigued after seeing this than I was after seeing the main image. Just throwing that out into the world. This looks good. Clear the woods. Build your kingdom.
We'll build a cookie house for you.
Oh,
wait!
That was a nice shot, transitioning from how it works in the video game to how it's going to work on your board. I like that because, as someone who's never played the video game, it's still nice. It's clean and clear.
Wait, did you say a cookie house?
Yeah, there's some cookies to
Back
change.
it up, boys. Don't even think about messing with me.
So it looks like tower defense, and that looks very tower defense-y as well. Very nice transitions here. I really like what they're doing with this video. Nice custom dice, spotlighting that.
They won't bother us again.
Or maybe that wasn't tower defense. Maybe I was just completely misunderstood where everything was standing over there. Either way.
Hey, look what I found.
Okay.
Oh, that's awesome! I had no idea.
Test your luck with the balloon dart.
Lead the way. We got a mission to complete. Unbelievable.
Trouble, trouble! Arise, forsaken deserts.
Cake monsters again? I'm not alone in this fight. We cookies are...
Wow. So, I feel like they're doing a very good job if you were a fan of the original game. If you liked the mobile app, I feel like this is scratching the itches, and honestly, it's just going to come down to a matter of price. But when you showcase all of these unique meeples, because I don't play many mobile games, but I play a couple of them. If I saw a Clash Royale board game that was like this, with all the characters and wooden meeples, I would seriously consider backing it just to get the wooden meeples. They need to get on that. I should reach out to them about getting on that. That's something. That's the Adderall talking right there. That's a brilliant idea. I might send an email this afternoon. Like, come on, who doesn't want those? So I think if you're a fan of the game, I definitely think that this is popping for you, so it's going to come down to price. However, not being a fan of the game, I feel like they've still done a decent job. I don't quite know what's going on mechanism-wise, but you've shown me enough that I'm really intrigued. So I feel like this video is doing a really solid job.
Stronger together.
May all who joined in this prayer remain crisp.
What the hell is that? The box? That's okay. That's weird.
And in this prayer,
Is this like some sort of dexterity aspect to the game? Or is this just you showcasing components in a thematic way? I don't know.
remain crispy and fresh.
I think that was just theme. Hey, look, all these people you love! They're going to be here with expansions and whatnot. And I really feel like that's definitely what they're trying to do with this main image. They're just putting so many of these different characters, which presumably you enjoy some of these, and they're saying, hey, they're all going to be there, you're going to love it, and there's probably going to be more. I imagine we're going to get stretch goals with a bunch of characters. That just seems... It seems to me like... Because I imagine this is the kind of game with the micro content that you're going to be paying for, and that's... And there's a transition to a box. Looks like a relatively small box, maybe like Carcassonne, but it's slightly thicker, so I don't have an issue with that. Back now on Kickstarter. Alright, 512 people have brought this to life. So it's a $35... No, that's a $70 game. Am I doing that math right? I imagine there's an expansion. So, Gemblo. This is Gemblo, the creator of CookieRun, Kingdom of the Board Game. Gemblo is a developer who thinks and develops to make fun and useful games, and a board game publisher who discovers and publishes good games in the world. So I'm not really a big fan of that. Like, just here's the thing: if you're a big board gamer, and here's the thing: the more you get into board games, it's kind of like video games. You just start accumulating more and more and more and more. The thing with video games is they're easy to store. However, the thing with board games is they're not. If you've never seen a tour of my basement, it's ridiculous. But I know a lot of people have tons and tons of games in their basement. So mentioning something as good as opposed to great are two very different things. Like I get rid of good games all the time. Just little things like that. Just lost in translation a little bit. YG crowdfunding, Maria Semblant. So we should have, it looks like they're probably not going to help in the customer service. Maybe they are. So it looks like we might have 3 people in the customer service here. First created 0 back. So impress me with the website. Okay, here we go. Oh, no, that's the Amazon. And then what is this? What is this? Korea Creative Content Agency. Ragnarok, the board game. Oh, so you've made other board games, but in different parts of the world. Okay, that's what I like to know. This is what I'm talking about here. Yeah, show me. Is this game out? This is what I want to see. This is the kind of useful information that hopefully you mentioned somewhere on the page, that you have made other board games before, that you understand the manufacturing process and shipping those out, because doing a mobile game versus doing a... this is on a crowd-funded... Holy crap, did I stumble onto... Oh my gosh! We are going to do a Wadiz critique next week. I'm calling it. We're going to get on Wadiz and we're going to see if we can find which one's the best translated. And I'm going to do that next week. But anyway, that makes me feel more comfortable. It does. It makes me feel good. All right. So can you do it? Yes, I feel comfortable with that. And that also means that this game right here should be on Board Game Geek as well, so we can get a feel for how your other games did review-wise as well. So CookieRun, Kingdom of the Board Game. But can you do it? Yes, I feel comfortable just because you have the pedigree. Normally, first created 0 back, that's something where I'm a little bit more nervous. But considering 200 million mobile downloads, and presumably the majority of the people who are going to back this are going to be your loyal fan base, your most diehard customers, and you really don't want to screw them over by not releasing the game or releasing just an absolute dog crap game. Which I will say, they have a lot of leeway. I have played games like this with fans of the series. Homestar Runner comes to my mind. There's been other games where I think there was some Penny Arcade games that came out where if you're a huge fan of the original series, it doesn't have to be a great game. It just has to be a good game. Let me know what you think about that in the comments below. Do you have a game like that where it's like, yeah, it's not the greatest game, but it's this IP that I really love? Welcome to CookieRun Kingdom. The board game is a worker placement territory building game. Oh my goodness, yes, let's get that on the main image. Not the main image necessarily, but the marquee. Because what do we got right now? 200 million download, casual RPG game, CookieRun, blah, blah, blah. What does that mean, casual? You're telling me about the 200 million... I don't care. I want to know about this specific board game right here. I'm not downloading your other game. I want to know that this is a worker placement territory building game. That gets me excited. And look at this, 2 to 4 players, 30 minutes, and that's, once again, very valuable information. The artwork absolutely pops. My 9-year-old would adore playing this game. I already know that. I don't know anything about this game really or how it's going to work, but I know he would absolutely love playing this game, and he'd want to download that app afterwards after just looking at the meeples and the board and how everything pops, because I think they absolutely have crushed the graphic design here. It looks beautiful, but once again, that's why I put this sort of information on the marquee. This is very valuable information, especially if you have kids, and I'm going to take a bold stab in the dark right here and say I'm going to be annoyed with the price point, because I have a feeling this is probably going to be relatively inexpensive. I'd say probably under $50. I'm taking a guess here. They're probably going to mass manufacture the living snot out of this, especially if they have 200 million downloads, because this is the kind of game that I could easily see popping up at like a Walmart or Barnes & Noble or Amazon or something like that. Not Amazon, but Barnes & Noble like that. But we'll get there. We'll get there. So we got a nice looking setup of what's going on here. Jumping straight into stretch goals. Don't have a problem with that. Stretch goals get people excited. Stretch goals get unlocked as the pledge amount exceeds each goal. All backers who pledge single reward or above will get all the unlocked stretch goals. So at $30,000, we get 5 main cookie cards. There's a gameplay reference on the other side. What does that mean? Oh, is this a player reference for the different characters? Okay, cool. Oh, so this is so this is just a player reference? There's a gameplay reference. No, so what's a main cookie card? Why do I want this? Why is this impressive to me? Granted, I love the fact there's gameplay references on the back, and that honestly sells me on it. Like, I already think this is a good stretch goal just because anytime you're adding more player references, I think it's better. Anything that's going to make your game run smoother, especially with how much competition there is in the gaming market, I think is delightful. So I do like this, but I would like to know why, a little bit more why I'm excited about this, aside from just the player reference. Wooden cookie pawns plus character cards. Rye cookie and herb. Oh, so this is 2 additional characters, which, once again, will presumably have asymmetric special abilities, maybe? I'm guessing. And then also the references on the back. So 2 extra meeples and 2 extra cards. That's great. That's a banger. That's a great stretch goal to me. Especially if you maybe just let me know a little bit more that these are asymmetric. Because if they're not asymmetric, then I'm a little bit less hot on this one, just because it's like, oh, they're just more characters to pick from. I'd rather have a little bit more game. So wooden cookie pawns plus character cards. So dark chocolate. So these are just more characters. So that's basically what they're going with here. Every 10, 15,000 bucks. Sorry, I'm late. Go to start from the beginning. Hey, Mr. Momo. Interesting one we got here today. So this one's just more characters. I do like that. So that's the third one. Score sheet. It comes in handy when you count your final score. Wow, that's weird. That seems like one of those things that's just in a game, you know. But hey, I guess if it's not really necessary, if the scoring is really simple, I don't have an issue with this. It's just it's a weird one. I don't see it too often, I don't think. More characters, that's great. Acrylic round marker. Upgrade the cute little round marker from paper to acrylic. That's nice. Wooden cookie pawn. So we got stretch goals planned for days. Wow. And yeah, that's what I was thinking when I first came into this. I can't imagine that they... I have a feeling that they were expecting a bigger launch than the $35,000. I really do. Just because anytime you're throwing... That's the first thing they told you. 200 million downloads. Acrylic first player marker. Wooden cookie pawns plus character cards. But granted, this is the kind of thing that could have legs as fans of the game find out it exists. And I wonder if they're advertising this game in the actual game itself, which I definitely think would be a smart thing to do if they're not. And I imagine they have to be doing that. Wooden cookie pawns plus character cards. Wooden cookie pawns plus character cards. Okay, so I feel like you're showing me a little bit much here. You're putting the cart in front of the horse here. You know, maybe we just cut it off, say right there, like right here, or right there. Because right now you're like, oh hey, but if we, hey guys, I got this. If we get $200,000 more, we're gonna do this. Like, how far is this gonna go? Might be slightly like, okay. So yeah, I would cut that off at some point. It just looks weird. Oh, solitaire playset. Not a fan of that. And only at 200. Oh, you want this game in solitaire? Help us raise 160,000 more bucks. 170 actually. Yeah, that's not fun. And this is the kind of thing I really am intrigued to see how this Kickstarter goes. I expect them to, in the next few updates, I'm just taking a shot in the dark here, to start giving out free stuff. To saying, oh, actually, hey, you know what? This stuff is actually just going to get thrown in because we love you. And your customers, you guys are amazing. First day, first 40 hours, we're going to do, maybe they'll just pivot them to social goals. That's, you want a cop-out here? You want an easy cop-out here. I'm going to give it to you right now, Jim Blow. This is what I would do if you run into that situation where you're like, oh, crap, we did not get nearly as big as we thought we were going to. And so now we got all these stretch goals that are probably already packaged into the price. Because here's the other thing. When I see you having these this number of stretch goals planned out, and you're showing them to me, and we're not hitting them, you know, unless this thing is just blowing up right now, which we'll check. So how much has it done? And just since we started this, like not much. Okay. So if you find yourself in that situation, here's what I'd recommend. You say in the updates, hey, we're adding some social goals. We want you to get your help. And here's an added bonus. Vote right now in these comments which of the expansion or which of the shown stretch goals would you like to be the first social goal. You know, so that way you're going to get engagement. It's a really cool thing to potentially do. It saves a little face for you, and it's going to promote your game a little bit more on the social. That's just an idea that pops in my brain. Howdy, Huckleberry. A dry erase scoreboard would have been better. 100% agreed. Absolutely. And that's another potential stretch goal idea if we want to just keep going here. Okay, so now we do get the game contents. Still don't know the price yet, but I do know the stretch goals. I like the fact they're stretch goals. They look like pretty good stretch goals. I think, I'm assuming they're asymmetric. I shouldn't have to assume that, by the way. 20 cookies, 5 types, 4 of each. Wow. So am I getting, wow, that's a lot. Those are gorgeous. So I'm getting 4 of each of these. So I imagine that's the worker placement aspect of the game. 2 round tracks. These look good. 1 round episode marker. I might zoom in just a little bit more here. I'd love to, I just always say that. Like, show me the components. I don't need all this wasted mountain space. I would much rather see these drop-dead gorgeous sugar gnomes. Aurora pillars, adventure boards. Okay, this looks really good. That pops. That really pops. It reminds me a little bit of Vikings Gone Wild, the fantastic deck building game from Lucky Duck Games, which I think is just very underappreciated, by the way. Go check that one out if you're in the market for a deck building game. It does a lot of little things that you'll know from other games, and it does it really well. So 6 level 1 monster cards to 6. So we have an 18 monster cards, so not a huge deal of variability there. And I'm looking at the monster cards, and they look very samey. They look like from their game. Yeah, so that's okay. Okay. 2 monster cards, level 4. Once again, look very samey. I'm not seeing any text at all. It's just, you know, these. Okay. And that's the game. If that's the game, that's the game. That's fine. Did they say ages 14 plus or ages 9 plus? I don't remember. All right, so now we have some tiles. Once again, lots of artwork. Not really much in the aspect of game here. Like, I'm looking for more text, and maybe they're trying to make this as language independent as possible. That makes a lot of sense, actually, now that I say it out loud. So this looks good. This looks good. How many tiles am I getting at here? 18, 28, so 52. We're getting a bunch of tiles. 60 of these big tiles. Okay. I'd like to know the dimensions of these tiles as well. I think that's always a good thing. Millimeters and inches, or centimeters if that's the case. Then we have a, what is this? Isn't a YouTube? What is this? The hell is this? This is a sketch fab. Well, I'll be. But that was okay. So what's a sketch fab? Oh, it's a 3D model. Whoa! What in tarnations is this? YouTube, welcome to the future. What in the heck? Wow! Half-point bump up. Half-point grade bump up immediately for this. This is one of the most interesting things I've ever seen. I've never, at least on Kickstarter. Obviously, I've seen a lot of interesting things in my life. You get a feel for the size of these components. Look at that. Now, if you just put something next to that box, just so I knew the size of the box, that's really fascinating. Love that. Absolutely love that. Half-point grade bump up. Oh, I saw the price, $39. Spoilers. That is wicked good. Ginger Brave was the first cookie to say we got theme. Cool. Don't care. Don't care. How to play? Is it a video? Nope. It's this. Okay, so this is good if you want to get into the weeds on this. Really looking for that. That's what I'm looking for. And a how to play video, hopefully. Unboxing. Why is this the first one? Why do I care? I don't care what it looks like. I want to see what the gameplay is like. I know it's going to look drop-dead gorgeous. So hopefully we do components, setup, numbered. That looks good. That looks solid. All right. Looks good. This looks like a tight little rule booklet. And then on the back, all the different buildings. Love this. No wasted space here. This looks like a great rule booklet. Looks like a very light game, but a great rule booklet, and that's not necessarily a bad thing. Not every game has to have all those asymmetric special abilities and fantastic stuff. That being said, now I look at your stretch goals, and I'm like, now your stretch goals are just wooden meeples. They're not different. There's been a lot of art and stuff for the game has been converted to a really cool mechanics in the board game. Yeah. This game is perfect for families. It's colorful, fun to play, and has a sweet theme. It's colorful, fun to play, and has a sweet theme. The sweet theme, bleh, colorful, I get it, and then fun to play. So literally all this says is, it's good for families, it's fun to play. I want to know why. What about this? And once again, I'm not putting this on Our Family Plays Games. By the way, great content creators. I enjoy them a lot. Shout out. But this quote, and they didn't put this quote here, but it doesn't tell me anything about what's the game. What makes it fun? The interesting decisions from the worker placement, building your city. What about it is good? So is this previous? Nope, not a gameplay. How to play, here we go. Now, I've never actually watched any of the Board Game Geek how to play videos, but I'm assuming that Scott would not allow them to not have all the information in them. So I'm going to assume that is a money one. I'm banking on my friend Scott Alban, the owner of Board Game Geek, who is just an amazing, amazing person. If you know this video game series, a lot of this is going to seem familiar. It has that same vibe for sure. I love the artwork. It's fun and whimsical. I hate this quote. This quote is terrible. Once again, not putting this on Mark. I'm assuming it's from Mark. They didn't put his... They don't have any of their... Okay. They don't have any of the names of the people who said anything, but whatever. Because let's actually break it down. If you know the video game series, this is familiar. I know that. I already know that. They clearly have conveyed that. It has the same vibe for sure. Once again, you're saying the same thing you just said. I love the artwork. Okay, cool. I can look at the artwork and decide if I love it. It's fun and whimsical. Like, these quotes, they scare the crap out of me. They really do. As a reviewer who has had to give preview quotes, where you're very much like, yeah, I'll give you a quote. I can spotlight some of the stuff I like, but overall the game, yeah. These quotes concern me a little bit. And maybe that's just completely, maybe that's just, I hope I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong, but when I see quotes that are that generic, it always concerns me a little bit. And hopefully that's just Jen Blow picking bogus, not good quotes. Also, where's the gameplay video? The how to play is fantastic. I think that should be the number one. I think that should be way up higher, to be honest with you. Where's the actual gameplay? Is this... Yeah, I need that. I don't care. I don't want... Why do you show me an unboxing and 2 previews? I want gameplay. And I want a solo gameplay video if you hit the solo one as well. So CookieRun, virtual high five. You'll get the updates and access to all the pledge manager. Oh, hey, look, that pledge doesn't actually exist. Up to a solid start there. Single reward, $39. I don't have an issue with that. It seems reasonable. You know, $60 is typically the MSRP for a larger style game. This seems to be slightly smaller. $40 seems right around the nose. I do feel like they're going to run up against the... have a great day at work, Riz. And Andy. I do feel like they're going to run up against the issue that a lot of people have, which is, maybe I'll just wait for retail on this one. Because let's be honest, if this were at GameStop, would you'd be shocked at all? And they haven't really mentioned anything about that. Kickstarter exclusives, at least that I noticed. So then we have the couple set reward. Why do I... So I'm pretty sure you can't combine these, because if you could, that would be fantastic to mention. I don't imagine this being a very popular pledge level, but I could be wrong. The family pack reward. Oh, because we need 4. I absolutely need 4 of these. The party pack. In case you need 10. What? Okay. Yeah. Let's check out how popular these are. $39, so 468 people. Yeah, the overwhelming majority of people are like, yeah, I like the game. That seems like a reasonable price. I'm in. Granted, I don't know the shipping yet, but so far, so good. The couple set reward, 18 backers, that makes sense. Not a huge number, but hey, me and my friend play this. I'm going to get it. The family pack reward, don't see this one being too popular. Yeah, 2 backers. And then this one, what the hell, 0. Who's taking this? Especially considering if this is supposed to be like a game store pack. Like, you're not really wowing me on the price. At least let me know what the MSRP is. You know, what's the MSRP? How much money am I saving here? That's always a common tactic. If it's going to be a $50 game, you're saving $11. And then I look at this retailer pledge. Credit, asking any retailer to take 10 copies of a game, that is a huge ask. You know, friendly local game stores, that's a lot of space taken up right there for a game that if it doesn't go well, your margins are not that large because you're still paying $35.10 for these plus shipping. So yeah, I can understand why no one's probably going to take this pledge level, or it's going to be very, very low. Unless, of course, this has some sort of great shipping. And that's where I really think you need to delineate this. Maybe instead of calling this the family pack, say the friends pack. Because I imagine there's probably way more. Maybe these 2 people are just people, and this is very common on Kickstarter, who live in some country where shipping generally is just astronomically high. And by getting this 4-pack, they're actually going to be able to bundle it together and save some money. That's very common. But I feel like marketing is a family pack. Like, oh, hey, what should I get my family for Christmas? I'll get everyone this board game. It's weird. Add-on. Sea Fairy cookie set. Screw you. No. What? What? I want this. I absolutely 100% want this. I have to just pay an extra $3 for this. And I'm not complaining that I have to pay an extra $3 for this. Why is it just baked into a pledge level? Why isn't this an early bird? This looks to me like a early bird. This looks to me the reason why this thing is not, double, triple, quadruple this amount of money, because I don't see a reason right now why I need to back at all. Why I can't just sit on the fence. Aside from the fact that you didn't really give me a $1 pledge level to sit on the fence at. Okay. So that's odd. And then we have the neoprene clay mat, 4 luxurious play mats. What are the size? What are the dimensions? Zoom in. I want to see what the side, what is it? The stitching on the side is. See if this is a really high quality play mat. Alternative cosmetic skins. You're just giving me extra little wooden meeples. Okay. Yeah, whatevs. So yeah, the add-on section's a weird one. I'm surprised this isn't a premium pledge level right here. What's it going to cost? $25? Oh, and you can get the premium one. And that seems like a no-brainer to me. $39 gets you that. Or, what would I say? Maybe $54 gets you the premium ones, which comes with the 4 luxurious neoprene playmats, the Seafaring cookie set, and the alternative. I feel like that one would definitely sell. Whereas putting these a la carte, I'm very curious to see how much of this sells. Like this one, this is purely just for those people who just want these meeples right here. And I think it's a very good call. Actually, I don't know. How many backers? I'm very curious to see how many people manually back this for $1. So 513. So we have 468, not that many. So we're up to 486, 488. So we're 12. Yeah, there's only like 25 backers to back for $1. Okay. Shipping. Shipping is charged depending on the region you're at. It's first charged when you back this project. This is the only estimation. It will be settled in the post-campaign measure. It is first charged when you back this project. Really interesting. You don't typically see that too often in board games. That shipping is bad. That is not a great shipping price for what I'm seeing here for this game. And maybe once again, it's me that I didn't properly get the message about how large this game is. But that does not look like a game that should be costing $20 to ship to me. Now, granted, you're in South Korea, so I understand that. But I'm also going to wipe that off the record because the bottom line is you have 200 million download casual RPG games. So I expect you to figure out a more cheaper way to ship this. Because right now, that's not a great... That's half of it. And... I know. Oh, Forrest, what are you complaining? I know, furiously typing. Everyone from everywhere else around the world is like, ha ha ha, now you know how we feel. Yes, I get it. I understand it. You always get jacked like this. But if you want to yeah, you got to jack somebody, and generally the United States of America is not the one you want to jack. And I hate to say it, but it's just typically that's going to be where the majority of your backers are going to come from. And I'm wondering if this shipping is also lumping in the fact that they're planning on hitting all these stretch goals. And the box is actually going to be substantially heavier because, remember, their stretch goals they have are like what? Like 20 meeples? Something like that? It's a boatload of meeples. Let's go back to the stretch goals. Yeah, it was right at the top. So let's actually see. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 16 meeples, 2 acrylics, what looks to be about 10, 20 cards, a score sheet. And if that, so I imagine they're planning the shipping based on what the real game is going to look like. And they got their hand caught in the cookie jar. Ha 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 ha, because it's CookieRun. Yeah, we're done here. But yes, so shipping not great. Price, okay, yeah, it's okay. I'm getting that wait until retail vibe, and then I hit the shipping, and that wait till retail vibe just hits even harder, especially when you haven't really convinced me, Kickstarter exclusive. I haven't gotten that feeling. Timeline, Kickstarter launch, this thing is coming out. Mass production begins. Yeah, that's what I said. I imagine this thing is coming out real soon. February 2023. This is a pre-order. And once again, all the telltale signs, and I said it right from the beginning. As soon as I saw that bull crap $1,000 funding go, they're like, all right, if we get $1,100, we're going to make this game no matter what. Yeah, $1,000. You think they can make this game for $1,000? No. No, they cannot. So about Gem Blow, we've done a whole bunch of stuff. Yeah, this is what I want to be spotlighted. What's your most highest ranked game? Board games create laughs. So this, I think, would have been great to lead with. That this is not your first rodeo, because that's a lot of other games. What's the highest rate? What's the highest rated one? Successfully funded. So this is buried, though. And this is what I'm talking about here. I am 32 minutes into this Kickstarter campaign, and I'm just now getting to all this stuff on helping on the Can You Do It. But great. Granted, it's great that it's here. But all the way at the bottom, that's the least important thing that we need to know. Now, I am curious. They have a whole bunch of games on Board Game Geek. Let's see what their highest rated game is, because I always feel like that would definitely be something to mention here. So let's see, CookieRun, because I did not know that they had put out other games, and that makes me wonder if I've covered one of their games, because I have covered a boatload of these, of just tons and tons of obscure games. So Gemblow Inc. Shot in Time. Okay, so they re-released that one. Because that's a great game. Let's see, how do I go rank? Let's see, it's highest rated game, Shot in Time, that one doesn't count. High Society, that doesn't count. So they just snatch up a bunch of Reiner Nitze ones, which is great. Okay, so they put out a bunch of games. Set and Match, I've heard that one's fantastic. And that, maybe that explains the relationship with Board Game Geek, because I think that's a game that's available on the Board Game Geek. Sticky Chameleons, that's a good one. Okay, so can you do it? Yeah, I feel comfortable. So let's give this one a final grade after we get the FAQ, the updates, the comments. Shipping, or just shipping. Due to inflated shipping price and the fact that we're still starting manufacturing shipping immediately after campaign, we have chosen to charge the base fee for shipping on Kickstarter during the checkout of your reward, because it typically is done in the back end. I don't know how people feel about that. Let me know in the comments below. Seems like you're paying for all the meeples. No idea if the game is good. Yes, I agree, especially when they don't have a gameplay video. Now let's go to the Board Game Geek and see if they actually have a gameplay video, and they just didn't put it there. Because I know they have quite a lot of ducks in a row. They got the Dice Tower on there. They got a lot of good stuff going on. Is there any of these gameplays? Learn to Play, Kingdom, and then no, what happened to that? What are there other videos from like other people? Yeah, so there's no gameplay. That's really concerning to me. That is insanely concerning. So you're telling me that this game is coming out in February. You gave it to all these people. It was like 4 or 5 people there, right? And none of them did a gameplay video of this 30-minute family weight game? That is very atypical, like weird. How do I know if I got a Sea Fairy set in the first 24-hour event? Oh, so that was a part of the 24-hour event. When did this thing launch? I thought this launched today. Oh, it did. No, it launched 3 days ago. Okay. No updates. Wow. Wowzers. I thought this just launched today. Okay, so that is waving the white flag if I've ever seen it. 3 days up, and they have not updated at all. How do I know if I got a Sea Fairy? If you back this project within the first 24 hours, you get 1 Sea Fairy. Okay, so that's why it's not spotlighted. Okay, well, the other languages available. This project for English version. May you get the add-ons without purchasing the base game? No, it's not allowed. And yeah, I completely recommend that, because I guarantee you, a huge chunk of those 400 people would be like, "Can I just buy the meeples for $15?" Yeah, this one raises all that. And then this is just, we're waving the white flag here, guys. We don't know what the hell we're going to do. Do something. Ask your people. Sheeshoo. I know it's only been a couple of days, but it seems like things are moving very slowly to anyone else. At this rate, I doubt we will see many, if any, more stretch goals reached. As much as I want this game and the extras, no, I don't think we'll get more goals unlocked. We will be lucky to hit the 3rd goal. The stretch goals are way too high right now, and they're kind of brushing off the suggestion of lowering stretch goals. At least 30 backers have dropped their peds in the past few days, unfortunately. Rats jumping from the ship. Not that I should call these people rats, but just jumping from the ship. Hi, Milken. We completely understand how you feel, and we are doing our very best in focusing our efforts on continuously growing our numbers and unlocking the stretch goals. We will not stop. Let's keep our hopes up for the next 28 days and continue supporting this project. We can do this together. Thank you so much. That sounds like the most generic PR bullcrap that I have read. And I want to say this. So is this person with the company, or is this just someone? Yeah, this is a community manager. Okay, this is a community manager. So it actually is someone with the company. Because sometimes they'll just hire people to be collaborators. And this is actually an idea that I've been talking about for months now. I don't know why I haven't added it as a Fiverr level, because I would be a hell of a collaborator, damn it. I would be up in there. Okay. Anywho, what do we got? Yeah, comments. I guess since everyone's asking about the stretch goals, I should throw in my 2 cents. It's the goals aren't reached, but the game ends up being popular post-launch with the additional content being released an expansion pack for those of us overseas. That being said, is there a possibility of this being sold in stores post-campaign? Oh, yeah, we didn't mention that at all, huh? And on a more fun note, do you have a favorite cookie? Carrot trying to break the ice there. Hi, Carrot. We cannot guarantee the expansion pack. As you know, the Korean edition with all stretch goals and add-ons was only available in the Wadis, which is one of Korean's funding pages. And thank you for the interesting question. There's so many talented cookies in the world, we couldn't choose only one because of them. We really love cookies. By the way, we want to know how about your favorite cookies. Who is your best? So at least they're trying to tickle their Kickstarter algorithm by saying, oh, no, we can't take such a divisive stance on which cookies are the best, but we still want to know which cookies you think are the best. What? This is weird. Do I understand correctly? All the stretch goals for the campaign are already in a release Korean edition, which only costs $25. Ow! The stretch goal from this campaign are very high, and a $1,000 funding goal is also ridiculous. Is anything truly Kickstarter exclusive for this campaign? Because I think I'd rather wait for retail. Hi, Roy. As you may know, the Korean edition price is listed on is based on the past year, and nowadays currency, raw material issues, etc., make everything high cost than before, which means we cannot avoid the production cost issue. However, we did and will not do our best so that you can be satisfied with the board game quality and design. So, and that's the other thing too. Like, there's no gameplay videos of this at all, and it's out. Like, it is a released game. Now, maybe I would expect them to be in a different language if it's in a different one, but man, as a big fan of Cookie Rush, I'm really, really, really disappointed that each character doesn't have their own abilities. Yup, like they are in the app game. Oh, that's double bad! You took something away from your game. You just missed the good opportunity to design interesting abilities for them, because of the reason it really makes no sense to unlock more characters. Ding, 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 ding! I agree 100% with City Low. What the hell is the point of these if they're just literally extra wooden meeples I could play with? Because of the reason it really makes no sense to unlock. To be honest, I don't think Gem Blowers really fully understand the game. Are they really discussed with Devsisters about it? No character ability? Seriously? The stretch goal is ridiculous too high, and I might see more drop-off from the project later if there's any change. Sad, but true. Hi, City Low. Gem Blow has worked on the development of CookieRun Kingdom of the board game for a long time. Everything has been discussed with Devsisters and confirmed by them. Please consider the game is a gateway game for families. Yeah, that's fine. You can still add the special abilities. You know what you do? You just say, hey, don't use the special abilities. I mean, come on. Duh. We tried our best to lower the hurdles at the same time, having the depth of strategy. As you already know, it really is a charming IP. And those cookie pawns, woo! Look, don't worry about the lack of gameplay. No gameplay video. No asymmetrism. Just look at the components. The IP's charming, you love it. God, I was getting those vibes really hard, and they're just like, hey, have more of them. Hope you understand the reason we added them as stretch goals. Like above, cookies wouldn't have abilities in the base game. However, in the solo play mode, listed as a stretch goal, they will have a different stats and asymmetric features. Oh, yay! I can get the fun game if I raise 130,000 more bucks? Cool. We wish those stretch goals got unlocked. Why not make the solo rules and abilities part of the regular game instead of a stretch goal that we may never end up getting due to a growing lack of interest in the game? Oh, look at that. They didn't respond to that one. But they've responded to a bunch of other ones 29 minutes ago, and 10 hours ago, and 10 hours ago, and 1 day ago. But that one, no response. I'm going to guess this person. Oh, but because they responded to this person. Never mind, take backsies. Hi, Kuza. We understand your concern. Although this is our first Kickstarter project, we have done campaigns on other platforms successfully, and we do our very best to keep all the backers posted on any new updates that we'll be releasing. What is it? They said that 1 day ago, and that was a lie. Yeah, where's the update set? You don't have anything to update us on? Nothing at all? Like, you are just screwing the pooch here on the transparency. Because here's the bottom line. You're either going to finish this and let this absolutely... If you're going to shove this dead horse across the finish line for the next 25 days, you're going to do something amazing that's going to completely retool and reinvigorate this campaign, or you're going to relaunch this campaign. Those are the three scenarios that I see playing out. And you need to get ahead on this. You need to provide an update that is comprehensive, talking about how we didn't expect X, Y, Z. We're repulling this. We're relaunching this. We're going to do this. We're going to do that. It comes with this mode. It comes with that mode. You could build a bunch of goodwill with the people here. Oh, yeah, still the same price, but we're going to lump this in. We're going to lump that in. We're going to bet on ourselves in the long term, and we're going to throw in stuff that might potentially lose us money. Wink, wink, nod, nod. But still, right now, just ugh. Comment section is on fire. Yes, indeed. In my understanding, this game is correct to say there are only two resources, pillars and coins. It seems weird to be using coins to get more coins. Is there any engine building in this game? Hi, Relay. You were right. Two resources used in this game. Aurora, pillars, and coins. However, players wouldn't purchase coins with coins. Players married coins by replacing the sugar nodes in the sea market with coins. Lastly, there are engine building aspects in this game. I will leave that to you to discover. Okay. Gameplay video would be great. The campaign says shipping would charge after the campaign, but when I pledged it automatically assigned my country US plus a total of $61. So $61 an hour, I'm a buck over MSRP for a regular big box ticket to ride size game, and I'm like, I don't know about that. Unless you're a diehard fan of this. Okay, let's get a final grade. I think we're done with this. Do I want it? Yes, I do. As I went through the project, I wanted it less and less. It looks like a very superficial game that would get played a couple times, and then it would just lack the meat and the bread to stay alive in my game shelf. And I'm not just saying in my game shelf. I'm not looking at this from an adult perspective. I'm looking at this from the perspective of my kids. And as a gamer who has played many gamery-style games with my kids, I tend to expect better than just what looks like mass market crap. Now, this looks like that. This does look better. I'm going to give them that kudos. But still, it doesn't look like it's a game my kids can grow with. And I feel like that is a huge missed opportunity on your part. Locking back the solo mode, not having asymmetric abilities, which once again, I completely agree. And maybe that's something that the IP said they couldn't do, which would be very unfortunate. But it doesn't make any sense considering that they apparently have asymmetric abilities. But do I want it? Yes. I'm still a tepid yes. It still looks like a fun game. This still looks like something that I'd be willing to pay $39 MSRP for, potentially. Can you do it? Yeah, you've done a lot of stuff before. You've opened my eyes to a whole new website, which I'm excited to check out. But it definitely looks like this is a real rough project. I see a lot of red flags. The shipping isn't great. The stretch goal area just absolutely leaves a lot of bad taste in your mouth. And the more you research the stretch goal area and really realize how insignificant the stretch goals are, aside from just giving you more wooden meeples that aren't different in any way, shape, or form, unless of course, we get $135,000 more in 28 days. We just have to hit 4 times what we've already hit in the first launch period. So can you do it? How much is it tied together? And it's just like, ugh, a lot of things that concern me here. And I would not be surprised to see this pulled sooner rather than later, especially if they're planning on having this out in February, which once again is yeah, anywho. So, do I want it? Yeah, kind of, a little bit. Can you do it? Yeah, okay, kind of, a little bit. How much is it? Okay. Probably just wait till retail. Granted, you haven't mentioned retail in any way, shape, or form, so maybe it's not even going to go to retail, but you know what? I feel like I'm willing to take that chance. Because what you got here is great-looking wooden meeples. You got an IP, but other than that, it just doesn't look great. And once again, maybe it is. But without a gameplay video, I don't know. They do have a great rule booklet to look at, and I love that digital thing that let me look at all the components in kind of a 3D way. That was fantastic. But at the end of the day, I think this one's really disappointing. I'm going to go with a D+ for CookieRun Kingdom, the board game. No gameplay video, not a great shipping place, price, stretch goals, like just a lot of things where I feel like if they went back, retooled, I could easily see this being a much higher grade. Not to mention the fact that I'm very curious, are they marketing this in the app? Because I feel like, you know, how many people play CookieRun on a given day? Let's say CookieRun daily users. I wonder if that's something I'd look up. CookieRun has downloaded over 10 million times. It was the most popular free app in 2012, so this was a long time ago. So then we got CookieRun Kingdom. The App Store, let's check it out. Can I see? Does it show me how people have downloaded this roughly on the App Store? How many people play it daily? Either way, I'm going to stick with, it's either C- or D+. I think I'm going D+. I was really disappointed with this, especially... Now, I'm going to go C-. So I'm going to be fair here. I'm going to give it that half-point grade bump up for that one thing. I'm going to go C-. But either way, not really impressed with CookieRun Kingdom, the board game. But let me know in the comments below what's your final grade for CookieRun Kingdom, the board game. And as always, if you enjoyed the content, please be sure to click on the subscribe button down below. Bye-bye!